Hi there, this is Doris Benter of Library Arts, and I'm here to invite you to join me in creating a really delightful and easy to make painting. I call this my little unicorn painting. It is easy because it involves using glitter, foam pieces that are cut out and stuck down along with the clouds, the moon, and the saddle and horn. Everything else is going to be paint and a little bit of glitter glue. I think you'll enjoy it. So why don't we go over the materials and get started with your project. See you in a moment. Okay, so let's go over the materials you're going to need for your little unicorn painting. You're going to need a canvas, and it should be just an 8 by 10 canvas. You could use a canvas board too, but I'm using just regular stretch canvas. You're going to need a unicorn, and this is cut out of peel and stick glitter foam sheet. You're going to need the little unicorn horn right there. You're going to want to have a little saddle for your unicorn. So I have a pink one here, and I also have another piece that's going to go on top of it, which is going to be silver. You might have different colors. You're going to have a little moon for your sky, a couple clouds that you're going to cut out, some paint for painting the outlines, and a couple bottles of glitter glue that you can use to add designs to your unicorn and add stars or whatever you want to style up your piece. So I'm going to put this aside. The other thing you're going to need is some brushes so that you can paint. You might just need one, but you might be wanting to have one large, one small. I like to have a paper towel under my brush water cup so I can dry my brush and get the excess water out of it. You're going to need some scissors for cutting out your clouds, which are super easy. You can even make the cloud your own shape if you don't want to, follow the shape that I made. But this too is on peel and stick foam, so very easy to cut out your two clouds. And the other thing I would recommend, you might want to draw a couple details onto your unicorn, and that's optional. You could use a thin marker, like I have an ultra fine point marker with a very fine tip. Makes it easy to draw, but that's purely optional. Any marker will do. Okay, now that we've gone over the supplies needed, let's go ahead and get started designing your picture in the next video. See you in a moment. Welcome back. The first thing we're going to do in your little unicorn picture is decide where you want your unicorn to be. We want to create the illusion that your unicorn is sort of flying across your canvas, in an excited kind of way. So you may want to have your unicorn up, going down. You get to decide. And once you decide, you're just going to carefully peel the paper. Remember, this is going to reveal the sticky side of your unicorn. And if the paper tears, don't worry about it. And even if you see how it's sticking to my thumb, even if you put it in a position you later decide is not exactly where you wanted it, that's easily fixed too. And we're just going to gently press it down. So that's one step down. You're also going to have a little moon. So we're going to just peel off the paper on the moon. Again, thinking about what the placement might best be. I think up there would be great. And I have the saddle that we talked about. So I'm going to just take some paper off that. Also peel and stick. Going to line it up with my unicorn's back. Oh, I can make it a little higher, and you see how it's so easy to reposition it? Yep, lined up nicely. Give it a little press. I also have this little silver shape that we're going to put next onto our little unicorn. Just going to peel off the paper. We're going to line it up. Just gives it a little extra flair. You could also do something different if you wanted to do that. If you want to make it, you could just do it so many different ways, but I'm going to do it just lined up, checking my placement. Perfect. Give it a little press and see how easily those things press in. And of course, to make this move from being just a horse-like creature. We're going to add that little horn on to our unicorn. So I'm just going to peel and stick again. Easily make my little unicorn picture like that. I got a couple clouds, and I can think about, do I want one up here? You know, do I want here and here? I actually like this idea of maybe one, you know, maybe one up here and one up and one there. That might do something like that. Or I could do two here, but I'm thinking, no, I like the idea of one up here and one down there. So again, it's up to you how you position them. And I'm just going to have one here and one here. Now I want to leave a little room here because I am going to make a little unicorn mane, so I'm going to leave a little space there. So now once all your things are glued, and just give them a gentle press to hold them in place. Next, we're going to move on to the painting. So go ahead and get your pieces stuck down onto your canvas where you want them to be. See, nothing's falling off, and we'll move on to the painting in the next video. See you in a moment. Okay, now we are ready to add some background paint. Now, if you were doing this on your own, or you have paint and you want to make maybe a darker sky, like a purple or black sky, that's certainly up to you. You'll notice there's some tape on here just to make sure that your paint lid was extra secure, because you see how easily, even from my thumb here, the paint can just pop off. So I didn't want that to happen in your bag. So I'm going to keep that lid, because you never know. You might want to use some blue paint for a future project. And I'm going to take my brush. It's over here on my paper towel. And I'm going to make sure I dry it thoroughly, because you don't want your brush to have a lot of excess water in it. That's going to make your paint thin, and you don't want thin paint for this project. And I'm going to go ahead and paint right up to and around my unicorn. I don't really mind if a little paint gets on the edge of the unicorn, but the idea here is you're just going to paint the entire background in for your picture. Now, this may go fast or slow, depending on how fast you work. You may even want to put 2 coats of paint on. Mine is going on pretty smooth and thorough. I don't think I'm going to need a second coat. You may want to do the edges. I'm going to do the sides of my canvas, because I like to see the sides of my canvas finished. But again, that's up to you. And just work your way around the clouds, around the unicorn. An easy way to do that is to take your brush and just push up against this shape without actually getting paint on the unicorn or on top of the clouds, and then you can smooth it out. You can also go in with a tiny brush around these more delicate shapes. And I want you to cover the whole canvas, except, of course, don't paint your unicorn and don't paint over your clouds or your moon or any of the peel and stick foam shapes. So go ahead and paint your canvas in, and when you return, we will go into the next step. See you soon. Now that you're painting around your unicorn and your cloud is done, you might be ready to do the next step. Now, you may want to wait for your blue paint to dry. I'm not going to, just because I want to get a few details in here and show you right away what's possible. I'm just using my pen to make some little lines here on my unicorn. Little eyelashes and a little closed eye. And I think I'm going to give my unicorn a little nostril and a little smile, like that. Okay? Now, next, you can start having some fun with your glitter glues. So I'm going to shake mine down to make sure I can get the glue out, because you know how it is with glitter glue. It can come out fast like that. So I'm just going to clean my brush, take that little bit of glitter glue off. Wasn't what I intended. And that's easy enough for me to fix with the paint here. Da, da. Now I'm going to take and make a few little glitter glue dots with my silver. And those are going to show up more when it's dry. I'm going to add some silver lines to make a little mane for my unicorn, and I'm just squeezing gently. And since I have this contrasting pink, and you may have different colors from me, but since I have this contrasting pink color, I'm going to use that to add a contrasting color between the silver, like this. And that. And you might want to add a few extra, like a little forelock to connect with it. Another fun thing to do is to take your glitter glue and add some lines onto the unicorn's horn, like that. And you might want to add a little cheek, colorful cheek there. And then you can also work on the unicorn's tail. So we'll do that next. We're going to work on the tail. So the tail is going to be like the mane. You may want to just do a few colors in one, and just shake down your bottle if your glitter glue starts to not quite have as much glitter coming out as you want. I'm going to shake a little bit more down, and I'm going to make another line there. Okay, then I'm going to take my silver and put some contrasting lines in between, like this, to make the tail look a little more full. And then I'm going to add some color onto the little feet of my unicorn. Now, if you see for some reason that your paint is a little thin, like right here, keep that paint nearby because you can always add a little bit more, and I'll do that towards the end. But right now I'm going to make some little faces on my clouds, just like that, with just, again, just a little bit of the glitter glue. A little bit will go a long way, and the great thing is that you will see the glitter when it's dry really make some nice designs on your picture. So I'm going to come up here and I think I'm going to do some silver ones, even though it may not show up as well. I'm going to do some silver up here, and I think the silver is going to show up better once the glue is dry. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Shake it down a little more. A little smile, couple little dots for the cheeks. And now what you can do with the background, and here I am going to fix that blue where it got a little thin, because we're going to start adding some stars and fun things to your background. So let's take my paint right here, and I'm going to dip it right in here, just to touch up a few areas that I was thinking that might be a little thin. So you can take a look after your paint has had a little bit of time to dry to do that. And now you're ready to take that glitter glue and add some stars. And your stars can be simple. They don't have to be fancy. You know, a little star here. A little star over here. And again, just keep shaking it down if it starts getting a little bit on the lackluster side. Now I must admit, I did use this glitter glue for another project, so I have less than you probably have in yours. So I'm just going to add a few more here, and then I'm going to go to my silver stars. And it just makes a really sweet little picture that I think you will like when it's dry. Just like that, and that, and that. And here's another one. And like, oh, I see it coming, it's coming here. And as I'm getting to the bottom, I'm starting to do a little bit more of a whole fist squeeze because I know I'm not going to get as much out. So you may, as you get lower, and again, I don't think you're going to get as low as me because I'm using some from a previous project, so I have less of the glitter glue available. So I think I'm going to go back to my red. No, I'm going to actually make one more silver right over here. There, and one more silver over here. And look at that. Look how sweet that picture is. So I think you will enjoy making this. I would definitely suggest you let it dry overnight. If you want to add different symbols to your little unicorn picture, by all means do so. I hope you enjoyed making this program. I know I had a lot of fun. It's just a cute little picture that would look great in someone's bedroom or as a gift. So go ahead and make one of your own. And I hope I can see you soon. This is Doris Benter of Library Arts. Thank you for joining me today. Enjoy making your unicorn painting. Stay safe and stay creative. Bye.